If your blood sugar is high, it's probably not your carbs and not your portion sizes either. It's something deeper. A silent digestive signal that most doctors aren't even trained to look for. Medications don't fix the cause. They just make your pancreas weaker over time, your insulin more resistant, and your blood sugar more unstable. I'm going to show you the root cause and exactly how to lower blood sugar naturally without destroying your metabolism. We've been trained to think high blood sugar is a calorie soren. So we eat less, cut carbs harder, exercise more. And by doing this, we're actually making insulin resistance worse. But what if your blood sugar soren isn't even about what you eat? What if it's about when you eat it and how you prepare it? Your blood sugar doesn't spike from food alone. It spikes from the speed at which glucose enters your bloodstream. Think of your digestive system like a water faucet. When you eat certain foods in certain combinations, you're turning that faucet to full blast. Glucose floods in faster than your cells can handle it. Your pancreas panics and dumps insulin. But when you slow down that faucet, when you control the flow rate, your pancreas doesn't panic anymore. Your insulin stays stable. Your blood sugar barely moves. Your digestive speed responds to fiber-dense, specifically resistant starch and soluble fiber. When your meals lack resistant starch, glucose absorbs faster, insulin spikes harder, and blood sugar control becomes impossible. Here are the common internal triggers I keep seeing that doctors rarely address: fast gastric emptying, low resistant starch intake, poor gut microbiome diversity, inadequate soluble fiber, eating carbs in isolation, chronic inflammation, damaged insulin receptor sensitivity. This is not a calorie soren. This is a digestive timing problem. Before we get into the solution, answer these questions honestly. Does your blood sugar spike even when you eat healthy carbs? Do you get hungry again 60 to 90 minutes after eating? Do you crash in the afternoon no matter what you eat for lunch? Do you wake up with higher blood sugar than when you went to bed? Do you feel shaky, irritable, or foggy when meals are delayed? Do you deal with bloating, gas, or digestive discomfort after meals? If you said yes to any of those, your gut is waving a red flag. It's not about willpower. You're not weak. This is about biology. Your gut is the control center of blood sugar, and metabolic disease is directly linked to digestive speed. Your small intestine, if laid flat, would cover a tennis court. This massive surface is designed to absorb nutrients including glucose. When you eat refined carbs without fiber, glucose gets absorbed too quickly across that entire surface. Your pancreas releases insulin to clear it. When this happens repeatedly, your cells start ignoring insulin. That's insulin resistance. And the more resistant your cells become, the higher your blood sugar stays even with more insulin being released. The research backs this up. Resistant starch intake significantly reduces glucose response in adults with type 2 diabetes. Soluble fiber slows gastric emptying and improves blood sugar control. Gut bacteria composition directly influences insulin sensitivity. Combining fiber with carbohydrates reduces glucose and insulin spikes by up to 40%. Medications may lower your blood sugar temporarily, but they make your pancreas dependent, like giving someone a crutch when they have a weak leg. The crutch helps you walk, but your leg gets weaker because it's not doing the work. Diabetes medications don't fix insulin resistance. They don't restore metabolic flexibility. They don't heal the gut. Over time, you need higher doses, more medications, constant monitoring. That's not healthcare. That's a subscription model. The protocol. Step 1. The cooling trick. When you cook starchy foods, rice, potatoes, pasta, and then cool them in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours, the starch structure changes. It becomes resistant starch. Resistant starch behaves more like fiber. Your small intestine cannot break it down quickly, so glucose is released gradually, not all at once. Studies show that cooling cooked rice increases resistant starch content by 50% or more, and reheating doesn't destroy this effect. This one change alone can drop your post-meal blood sugar by 20 to 30%. How to do it: cook your rice, potatoes, or pasta as digestive. Let it cool completely. Store in the refrigerator for at least 12 hours. 24 is even better. Eat it cold or reheated. The resistant starch remains intact either way. Step 2. The fiber preload. Before you eat any starchy or sweet food, consume a high-fiber food first. Best options: raw vegetables like celery, cucumber, or bell peppers, a small handful of almonds or walnuts, or 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed or chia seeds mixed with water. When you eat fiber first, it creates a physical barrier in your stomach and small intestine that slows glucose absorption from the meal that follows. Research shows this reduces post-meal glucose by up to 30% in people with prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. How to do it: 5 to 10 minutes before your main meal, eat 1 cup of raw vegetables or 1 teaspoon of chia seeds in 4 ounces of water. You're not restricting carbs. You're not eating less. You're just changing the order, and that changes everything. Step 3. The gut foundation. Your gut bacteria directly control how your body processes glucose. When healthy, they produce short-chain fatty acids that improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar. 3 things to do daily. First, eat fermented foods: plain unsweetened yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, or kefir. 1 to 2 tablespoons is enough. Second, consume resistant starch from green bananas, raw potato starch, or cooked and cooled beans and lentils. Third, eat prebiotic fibers: garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, Jerusalem artichokes. These feed your beneficial bacteria. When you feed your gut properly, your bacteria stabilize blood sugar for you. They do the work so your pancreas doesn't have to. The nighttime blind spot. Your biggest blood sugar soaring doesn't happen during the day. It happens while you're asleep between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. During this window, stress hormones like cortisol rise. Your liver releases glucose to keep you alive overnight. This is digestive at any age. But after 60, your muscles don't pull sugar from the blood as efficiently. Your insulin response is slower. Your liver becomes too generous, releasing more glucose than you need. So you go to bed with a decent number and wake up to a worse one. Not because you ate wrong. Because the brakes aren't as strong as they used to be. Doctors look at daytime numbers. Food advice focuses on daytime meals. Medication is timed for mornings. But your biggest risk window is at night. That's the blind spot. Nighttime blood sugar problems are not about discipline. They're about preparation. Your body needs anchors before sleep, muscle activity earlier in the day, the right dinner not too late and not too light, and food that slows glucose release instead of triggering it. The 16 best foods. 1. Cooled and reheated rice, potatoes, or pasta. 2. Green or underripe bananas. 3. Cooked and cooled beans, lentils, or chickpeas. 4. Raw vegetables: celery, cucumber, bell peppers. 5. Leafy greens: spinach, kale, arugula. 6. Chia seeds and ground flax seeds. 7. Plain unsweetened yogurt or kefir. 8. Sauerkraut, kimchi, or other fermented vegetables. 9. Almonds, walnuts, and macadamia nuts. 10. Wild-caught fatty fish: salmon or sardines. 11. Avocado. 12. Olive oil and coconut oil. 13. Cinnamon 1 teaspoon per day. 14. Apple cider vinegar, diluted in water. 15. Bone broth. 16. Garlic, onions, and leeks. The 21 things to avoid. 1. Fruit juice, even 100% juice. 2. Soda, regular or diet. 3. Sweetened coffee drinks and flavored lattes. 4. Energy drinks and sports drinks. 5. Dried fruits, raisins, dates, apricots. 6. White bread, bagels, refined flour products. 7. Breakfast cereals, even those labeled healthy. 8. Granola and granola bars. 9. Crackers, pretzels, and chips. 10. Candy, gummies, sweet snacks. 11. Pastries, donuts, baked goods. 12. Ice cream and frozen desserts. 13. Sweetened or flavored yogurt. 14. Instant oatmeal with added sugar. 15. Pasta eaten immediately after cooking. 16. White rice eaten immediately after cooking. 17. Potatoes eaten immediately after cooking. 18. Eating carbs alone without fiber or protein. 19. Snacking between meals. 20. Eating large meals infrequently. 21. Skipping breakfast and loading calories at dinner. 5 mistakes that cancel all the benefits. Mistake 1. Reheating with sugar or honey. The moment you add a sweetener to your cooled rice or potatoes, you override the resistant starch benefit entirely. Use herbs, spices, garlic, or a small amount of healthy fat instead. Mistake 2. Combining with fruit juice. Fruit juice is concentrated fructose that floods your system with fast sugar. It neutralizes everything your resistant starch was doing. If you want fruit, eat it whole and separately. Mistake 3. Using high omega-6 oils. Vegetable oil, corn oil, soybean oil, and canola oil promote inflammation, which damages insulin receptors. Use olive oil, coconut oil, butter, or avocado oil instead. Mistake 4. Pairing with alcohol. Alcohol impairs your liver's ability to regulate blood sugar overnight. You may see a lower number right after the meal, then wake up higher because your liver is playing catch up while you sleep. Mistake 5. Eating too close to bedtime. Even the right foods eaten within 3 hours of sleep will spike your blood sugar. Your digestive system slows at night. Finish dinner by 6 or 7 p.m. 8 advanced optimizations. 1. Cinnamon timing. Half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia, in warm water or unsweetened yogurt, 10 to 15 minutes before your largest meal. Cassia contains coumarin, which can damage the liver with daily use. Ceylon is safe long-term. 2. Apple cider vinegar protocol. 1 tablespoon of raw unfiltered ACV in 4 ounces of water, through a straw, 10 to 15 minutes before your biggest meal. Rinse your mouth with plain water after. Do not take it on an empty stomach if you have acid reflux. 3. Post-meal walking. A 15-minute walk within 10 to 15 minutes of finishing your meal lowers post-meal blood sugar more effectively than a 45-minute walk at any other time. Your muscles act like a sponge for glucose immediately after eating. Wait 30 minutes and the window closes. You don't need speed, just movement. 4. Sleep position. Sleeping on your back can cause partial airway collapse, dropping oxygen levels and raising cortisol, which spikes blood sugar. Sleeping on your left side keeps your airway open and can lower morning blood sugar by 10 to 15 points. 5. Cortisol control. Chronic stress tells your liver to dump glucose into your bloodstream. 2 minutes of deep breathing before meals. Inhale 4 counts, hold 4, exhale 6, repeat 5 times. Activates your parasympathetic nervous system and lowers cortisol. A 5-minute phone call with a friend or family member does the same. 6. Hydration timing. Drink water between meals, not during. Drinking a large glass immediately before or during a meal dilutes stomach acid, slows digestion, and makes glucose absorption unpredictable. Taper off in the evening to avoid nighttime bathroom trips that disrupt sleep. 7. Bile acid connection. Your gut bacteria regulate bile acid metabolism, and bile acids directly affect insulin sensitivity. If you're on acid-blocking medications like proton pump inhibitors, you may be disrupting this system without knowing it. Talk to your doctor about whether you still need them. 8. The soleus push-up. Sit in a chair with feet flat on the floor. Lift your heels while keeping your toes down. Lower. Repeat for 3 to 5 minutes. This activates the soleus muscle in your calf, which pulls glucose out of your bloodstream without insulin, and research shows it can lower blood sugar by up to 52%. Do it while watching TV after dinner. Your 7-day action plan. Cook rice, potatoes, or pasta, then cool for 12 to 24 hours before eating. Use the fiber Preload once daily. Raw vegetables or chia seeds 5 to 10 minutes before your biggest meal. Add 1 fermented food daily. 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut or plain yogurt. Drink diluted apple cider vinegar before meals. 1 tablespoon in 4 ounces of water, through a straw. Walk for 10 to 15 minutes within 15 minutes of finishing your largest meal. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. Give your body 3 hours before bed. Sleep on your left side. You won't just see the difference in your numbers. You'll feel it. Energy stabilizes. Cravings disappear. Mood improves. Digestion gets better. Your blood sugar is more than a number. It's a reflection of how well your gut and pancreas are communicating. What's happening on the inside determines what shows up on your glucose meter. You don't need another medication. You don't need another restrictive diet. You need root-cause blood sugar control. And that starts today. If this helped you, share it with someone who's been told they need more medication, someone who's trying everything but nothing's working. Let's get them out of that cycle.